Welcome back to AutoMVip, the channel where we bring you the latest updates, reviews, and insights from the world of cars, SUVs, and everything on wheels. If you're passionate about automobiles and love discovering what's new in the market, then you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos that keep you ahead in the auto world. Today, we're diving into a legend. A vehicle that has held its place in automotive history for decades as one of the most rugged, simple, and reliable 4x4s ever built. Yes, we're talking about the Lada Niva, and more specifically, the all-new 2026 Lada Niva 4x4. This is a car that has built its reputation over nearly half a century, especially in tough terrains, remote regions, and among drivers who value durability over luxury. But now, with the 2026 model, the Neva is evolving, balancing its hardcore off-road DNA with modern expectations. Let's explore what makes this new version exciting, what has changed, and of course, what kind of price tag it carries. To appreciate what's new in the 2026 Lada Niva, we have to remember the roots. The Neva was first introduced back in 1977 by AvtoVAZ in Russia. It quickly became known as one of the most capable yet affordable off-road vehicles in the world. Farmers, explorers, and even governments relied on it for simple reasons. It was cheap, strong, and easy to repair. Unlike most SUVs that came later, the Neva wasn't about luxury. It was about getting the job done in the harshest environments. Over the years, the design hardly changed, and that boxy, utilitarian look became iconic. Now, fast forward to 2026, and the Neva finally receives the most significant redesign in its long history. The all-new model doesn't abandon its heritage but instead reinterprets it for the modern era. The 2026 Lada Niva 4x4 is built on a more advanced platform, giving it better handling, safety, and comfort. The styling keeps the boxy silhouettes that fans love, but with sharper lines, updated LED lighting, and a more muscular stance that signals it's still ready for off-road adventures. When you look at the front, you'll notice the modern grille design that carries the Lada badge proudly. The headlights are slimmer and more high-tech, yet still retain that rugged simplicity. The wheel arches are pronounced, giving space for larger all-terrain tires. Ground clearance has been slightly increased, which means the new Neva is even more capable in rough conditions. The rear design is clean but functional, with vertical taillights that nod to the classic shape while adding a contemporary edge. Inside, the transformation is even more striking. The old Neva's cabin was known for being extremely basic, with almost no creature comforts. In the 2026 model, however, things have changed dramatically. You now get a more refined interior with better materials, improved ergonomics, and, finally, technology that meets modern standards. The dashboard features a digital instrument cluster, a touchscreen infotainment system with smartphone connectivity, and updated climate controls. While it's still a no-nonsense design, it's no longer a step back in time. You get comfortable seating, more storage spaces, and improved insulation to keep the cabin quieter on highways. But the Lada Niva isn't about being a luxury SUV. Its heart and soul have always been about off-road performance. Under the hood, the 2026 Neva is expected to offer several engine options, depending on the market. The base engine is a 1.6-litre naturally aspirated petrol engine, producing enough power for everyday driving. However, there's also a more powerful 1.8-litre engine available, and in some regions, a turbocharged variant is planned. Lada has also hinted at hybrid technology being in development for future models, which would be a big step for the Neva. The new platform improves handling and ride quality, making the Neva much more comfortable on paved roads than its predecessor. Yet, it hasn't lost any of its off-road edge. The 2026 Neva continues to come with full-time four-wheel drive, a low-range gearbox, and locking differentials. These are features usually reserved for serious off-road machines, and having them in such an affordable package is part of what makes the Neva unique. Whether you're climbing steep hills, driving through snow, or navigating muddy tracks, the Neva is designed to keep moving where many other vehicles would struggle. In terms of safety, the old Neva was always behind. But with the 2026 update, there's finally progress. The new model introduces airbags, stability control, ABS, and improved crash protection. While it still won't compete with high-end SUVs in this area, it's a huge leap forward compared to the bare-bones safety of the past. Now, let's talk about one of the most important factors, the price. One of the biggest reasons the Lada Niva became legendary is its affordability. It was always the go-to 4x4 for people who needed reliability without spending a fortune. The 2026 model continues this tradition. Depending on the market, the starting price is expected to be around $15,000 to $17,000. In Russia and some Eastern European countries, the price could even start lower. For Western markets, after taxes and regulations, it may climb closer to $20,000. Even then, compared to other off-road SUVs, this remains one of the most budget-friendly options available. To put this into perspective, most modern SUVs with similar off-road features cost significantly more. A Jeep Wrangler, for example, starts at over $30,000. A Toyota Land Cruiser is far beyond that. This makes the Lada Niva one of the most accessible true off-road vehicles in the world. The value proposition is clear: you're not buying the Neva for luxury, but for capability, durability, and heritage. This is a vehicle that can handle the harshest conditions while being affordable to purchase and maintain. Spare parts are widely available and relatively cheap, which adds to the appeal for those living in remote areas. Of course, the new Neva isn't perfect. Some will argue that even with the updates, it still feels behind modern SUVs when it comes to refinement and technology. Others may prefer more powerful engines or a wider choice of transmissions, as the manual gearbox remains standard in most versions. But that's also part of its charm. The simplicity means fewer things that can go wrong, and for many, that's exactly what they want from a rugged 4x4. In summary, the 2026 Lada Niva 4x4 represents the biggest step forward in the history of this legendary model. It successfully blends tradition with modern improvements. The design keeps the iconic boxy character but makes it look fresh and ready for the future. The interior is far more comfortable and practical, while the technology finally brings it into the 21st century. The off-road abilities remain as strong as ever, ensuring it doesn't lose its identity. And best of all, it continues to be one of the most affordable true 4x4s on the market. If you've been waiting for a tough, reliable, and budget-friendly off-road vehicle that doesn't compromise on character, the 2026 Lada Niva 4x4 might just be the answer. That wraps up our look at the all-new Neva. What do you think about the changes? Do you like the modern touches, or do you prefer the old-school charm of the classic? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching Autumn VIP. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more automotive updates. Until next time, drive safe and stay adventurous.